What's the word, YouTube? It's your boy Big Will. I'm gonna do a little reaction video here, because you always hear this bullshit. There can't be no white bloods, or there can't be no white crips. Milk 7-4 has gotta be fake. First of all, he's not a crip, he's a Hoover criminal. Okay? They might be under the same faction, but they're different colors. But they're under the same umbrella, I believe. Like the Gangster Disciples, I believe, are under the Folk Nation. I believe it's how it is. I'm not a gang member. I don't know. I may be speaking on shit that I don't know. But, you know, I follow 1090 Jake. Shout out to him. They say he can't be a blood because he's white. There's no white bloods. There ain't. Listen, my cousin is a white blood, okay? And now people might say, oh, but you have black in your blood. On my mother's side, I'm Irish and Italian. On my father's side, he's French and Portuguese and black, okay? My great-grandmother was raped many, many years ago by a black man, which produced my grandmother. So there's some black in my blood, but my skin's white, right? So people say, oh yeah, you know, if you're not in close to my family and shit like that, it's unspoken, you know what I mean? But if you grew up with me, you knew my family, you know there's black in our blood, right? But I came across this video here. The channel his name is Nobody. That's the channel name. He's only got one video up, but he goes into show you a bunch of white bloods and crips, but we'll let them tell it. Maybe they're fake too, who knows, right? It's all you internet people. You chase theories, and people who don't know about the lifestyle don't know about it. Everything's going to be race related. You can't be this because you're black. You can't do that because you're Mexican. You got white privilege because you're, because you're white. But when you go to the hood, you got black privilege, right? Because I'm white. I can't live in the hood. I couldn't grow up in the hood, not me. Born and raised in the projects my whole life. Been in them streets my whole life. But not me, because I'm white. Let's get into the video. You people out there, I'll tell you.
All these tattoos on my body, cause you know where I'm from. You see me out in public, don't get done.
That's why I need to get y'all on there in my generation and all of us, to talk about how it was for us to go in there. You know what I'm saying? And not being such a big hood and being from Pomona. You know what I'm saying?
I used to get tired of going to that motherfucker talking about where you from. I'm from Pomona. Are you from Centown? Nah, I'm from Southside Village. Fucking me, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So we had to pave the way, and
exactly
all through the county jails, trip modules, lost patrinos, juvenile halls and shit from day one,
right.
you know?
Yeah,
but it took motherfuckers like us, Yo-Yo, Pope Loc, you, KJ, homies that was going through this behind the walls and shit, you know?
Yeah, King Real, that's my homie Die Hard, man. You know what I'm saying? White dude from our hood, bang that shit harder than a lot of motherfuckers from our neighborhood, bang that shit. You know what I'm saying? He did like 20-something years going through a hot one case, man, and going through the county jail and being white, representing a black neighborhood. So yeah, he went through a lot. He got a hell of a story, man. I'm gonna have to get him on there.
And you went on your own at what age?
I would say I was completely on my own around 14, 15.
Yeah, you joined the gang?
Yeah, I joined the gang about 13. But I was completely on my own, separated from, I was on the streets 14, 15.
So you joined which gang?
Pasadena, Denver Line Blood.
So you're blood?
Yes, sir.
You're white, you're Caucasian.
Very much so.
And you're in a totally black gang?
Yes, sir.
How was that?
It's being that I was growing up in the 90s when it was really... The gangbanging that you see nowadays is not the gangbanging that gangbanging is. It's... Now you're getting what you would say a placebo of gangbanging. 90s it was more hands-on. So it was a little rough for me being white for a black gang. Had to prove myself to the blacks. Had to defend myself from whites and Mexicans. So it was rough from that.
You've done prison time?
Yes, sir. 13 years. I spent from 21 to 33 in prison. I was...
Just like I said, you gotta prove yourself. You gotta prove yourself. You gotta prove yourself because you're white. Well, you can't be from the hood. You're white. You must be privileged. Motherfucker don't know. People don't know. Unless you lived it, it's easy to sit on the outside and stereotype. Okay, so many people sit there in their cush little house and their silver spoon stuck up their ass and they just stereotype people. Don't have a clue about what living in the trenches is like, living in the hood is like. Don't know what living in the projects are like. Come on.
I was stabbed 10 times in prison, but...
Is it hard being in prison, being white, even though you were a blood gang? How was that?
That's 13 years of war. That's, every tattoo I have on my body is from the penitentiary. White boys don't like it too much. But my theory was, I wasn't that way on the street, so why am I going to be that way in prison? The whole factor of me being from my neighborhood is me being from my neighborhood. I mean, what do I look like going to prison and letting this white boy tell me if I don't obey what he's talking about, then I'm going to get hurt?
You know, you go to jail and you want to drop your flag. And then when you get out on the streets, you want to run to the gang. Because in the streets, they're, you know, man.
So I chose to go with my homies and I got stabbed in my stomach,
Well, half of them motherfuckers, be it white or black, Mexican, they're on the streets, they're not a gang member, right? They sit outside and they look out the window and they say, I don't want to be part of that street life. But you do something wrong, you go shoplift or something, or you sell a little weed and you get locked up, right? You go to jail and now all of a sudden you're a gang member. You want to join a gang because you're scared, you need protection. That's what he means about the gangs nowadays are fake. Right? There's half of them that ain't in it, half of them that are in it only when they go to jail, half of them that are in it when it's crazy. There's no loyalty, there's no... You got hoods fighting each other, friends in the same faction fighting each other. Come on, man.
Armpit, slicing my arm, slicing my neck, just over the course of years of riots.
I can let that rain come.
State your name and your hood, my man.
I'm Super Cuz. I'm from Stockton, East Coast Crips, but I bang all of them, 1st Street to 2400 block.
Now, in your own words, you said you crip walked through 6 prison systems. Talk to me about your first prison stint.
I ended up in DVI at the reception center. I had to make hard choices. I'm either going to crip, I'm going to get what I've been doing on, or I just really couldn't see me siding with the Woods. I didn't know how to do none of that. So, as I was saying, I get to Tracy. I made my decision. I'm doing my cripping. I had to put hands on a couple white boys there, but not really too bad because there was a lot of Crips from Stockton there that was backing me up. So it wasn't a lot of real problems. I had one situation in the shower with a dude that talked too much, so he ended up with a bar of soap in his mouth, knocked out. And from there, they kind of understood that, you know, I wasn't no softy. And I was built for this shit.
first and foremost, man, what they call you, where you from, homie?
My name is Jdog. Used to be, and I was from Villain, Blood Gang. I also was gang related wherever I went. I had a lot of ties in LA, and even as far back in Chicago. Anybody toting a red rag, man.
Okay. So, Villain, Fresno, right? That's
Yeah,
Fresno. Yeah. This was my first celly in the main line. Yeah, he educated me in a lot of ways that I needed to be educated as a guy coming fresh into prison, and I salute him for that. I appreciate it. He knows how I feel. And now that I can say it, since we exposed it, when he's talking about them hands, yeah, he ain't lying. He ain't lying. Brett doing stuff, man.
I'm Ghost Capone from Graveyard Gangsters.
Us white boys know how to throw these hands. Us white boys know how to throw these hands. There's some black ones that know how to throw their hands too, but they like playing with this, right? Because their hands ain't all that. But you got some real ones that grow up learning how to throw their hands, because they don't want to kill nobody and do a life bid. They might have young kids and shit like that.
You don't have to be a tough guy to be stupid and go do some dumb shit, you know?
Let me ask you something.
Facts.
How did you connect with these graveyard guys? What's the backstory behind your relationship with these guys?
Well, I mean, I grew up in Santa Monica, you know, playing sports. You know, like I said, most athletes are usually black. And the essays really didn't like that shit. And they make you choose. You know, if we're all hanging out as friends before gangbanging, we're just kids hanging out, walking home from a party, and then they all come out of apartment with bats and shit, you know, fuck the N-word, all this. It doesn't matter if I'm white or not, I'm there, they're gonna get me too, you know? So I just chose, you know, not to run. I tried to avoid it for a long time. Lil Nut used to beg me to be from please, cuz, you know, and I'd be like, nah, I don't want to do it, but it just eventually, you know, I got stabbed a gang of times. One time they jumped me and stabbed me a gang of times, and it just kind of went from there, you know, after that.
I was only stabbed once in prison. Right here. I don't know if you can see that. On my arm. Right here. He tried swinging for my face, but I was in the middle of a workout, and when I went in the cell to do my set of curls, he tried sneaking on me, and my boy yelled, "Yo!" And when I turned to look, I saw him going to swing. He was trying to cut me from the back, cut my face or my neck, whatever. And when he did and I moved, he caught me in the arm. I gave him a bad one, you know. He wasn't trying to kill me. He was pissed off because I called him a bitch out in front of the tier, you know. He was a Spanish guy. He wasn't a gang affiliated or nothing like that. He was just an artist. But that's the only time that I've ever been hit up in jail. On the streets, I was stabbed here in the stomach. I tried to get robbed by, I believe he was a gang member. He was a crip in New Bedford. And I was out there going to do some illegal shit and sitting in a car waiting for someone to show up, and he pulled up and tried to rob me. And when he had a knife in his hand, when he put it into the car, it was summertime, I didn't have a shirt on, he stabbed me in the stomach. And I had to punch the gas and take off. Bring myself to St. Luke's Hospital in New Bedford. But, come on, man. I never was a gang member, but I hung with them. I dealt with them. I know them. I know a lot of them. My little cousin's blood. He's an Asian boy, but he's a blood set. He's white, right? There was a blood member in jail I was with. His name was Fat Boy. He was white. There's so many white bloods that I know. So many white Crips that I know. Man. Spazzo. Crazy Boy. Oh, and been in jail with them. They're white boys. Portuguese kids. Portuguese kids. White. Gang members.
Well, first off, let me just get this out the way. You're a white Crip from California,
Look,
correct?
Lockdown 23 and 1.
Yeah, I mean, man, you know what? If you've ever met any...
Lockdown 23 and 1. Shout out Death. Go look at his videos. You see it. They're all over. They're all over. People doing them on... Come on.
White Crips from, man, and that's just ugly coming out of my mouth, man.
Yeah.
That's
I understand.
That's such a generic term, bro.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's so generic. It's got to be... Why is it got to be, oh, white Crip? No, he's just a Crip, dude. Color don't play a part in this. You know, it's just like prison. It's not prejudiced to any color. Any color. White, black, brown, yellow. I don't care what you want to call yourself. Any color. Okay? Gang members are in any color. They're Asian, they're black, they're Mexican, they're white, they're Irish, they're Italian, you name it. It's just the title you put on your set. Is it a blood? Is it a Crip? Or what? Come on.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, so I'm a Crip. I'll put it to you like this. I'm a Crip from a neighborhood in San Diego, and I happen to be white. So
correct.
You can call me what you want to call me, but, you know, keep it respect there. Juvenile hall to camp, and then during this time, I would hear about, oh, man, you know, oh, you a white Crip? Yeah, make sure you get yourself cleaned up before you turn 18, because you turn 18, you go to prison as a white Crip.
Meaning you should just stop doing it when they say clean up.
Yeah, just stop doing it. Get yourself right, man, because you're gonna go over there and it's gonna be a whole different ball game.
Who would?
There's an older white Crip from San Diego, the homie Snow Rock, and he paved the way, bro. And I mean he hit the yard and it was on and cracking, and he wasn't chucking his tail.
When you say he paved the way, was he like one of the
first white Crips, you know, that actually hit the hit pin in Cali as far as being a white Crip.
Well, have you ever?
So I'm out there, and luckily I get put into a module. It has a gang of Crip homies from San Diego in it, and my schooling begins, bro.
I mean, did you tell the COs, hey, I'm Crip, man?
Oh yeah, I mean, because when you come in, they can ask you your race, your name, you know, at what race, who do you run with? And I told them, I said, yeah, I'm Linda.
They look at your tattoos, they see where your tattoos are. A lot of people put their gang shit, they put it right out in ink, you know what I mean? So other gang members can notice it and see it. And so when you come into prison and you gotta strip out and change, they see your tattoos, and right away you get labeled. You know, they'll send you to the gang block.
I'm Super Cuz. I'm from Stockton, East Coast Crips. I'm going to call me, but, you know, keep it respect there. Juvenile hall to camp, and then
my fault. I hit the rewind by accident.
And during this time, I would hear about, oh man, you know, oh, you a white Crip? Yeah, make sure you get yourself cleaned up before you turn 18, because turn 18, you go to prison as a white Crip.
Meaning you should just stop doing it when they say clean up.
Yeah, just stop doing it. Get yourself right, man, because you're gonna go over there and it's gonna be a whole different ball game.
Who would?
There's an older.
The thing is once you go to jail and you're already labeled as a Crip as a teenager or a blood or whatever, you know, when you get there and you're older, all the young cats know you. All the cats that you have grown up with that are in jail know you, so they can speak on you. You know, and so. Well,
it's true.
He did. But he all right. He okay. I see him damn near every day.
We had a white boy back in the days named White Boy Dean.
Yeah.
Oh, that motherfucker. He reminded me of Goldie Park Village. Dean was off the hook. Dean was ready.
Say Goldie was a rider from Park Village. Yeah, I know Goldie. Yeah, without a doubt.
That
you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
That was about silly.
Yeah.
But he left Lancaster before he caught them cases. Goldie was with it. My mama thought he was black. Because I told him to take my transcript to the house. And my mama said, "Yo, Sally bought," and she always assumed he was black because he in a cell with me.
Yeah.
And then my little sister Nery's liked him. And I'm like, "You know he white, Nery's right." She said, "He ain't." I said, "Man, that motherfucker white is all I think."
The only thing I'm against with white people in these gangs is that they try and act too black, right? So they want to talk with lingo and slang, things like that. They want to act black. They want to wear their pants low. You know, just let me give you a little lesson. And any of you guys can back this up, or you can do your own research and check it. A lot of you dudes wear your pants hanging down with your ass out, right? That originated in prison. The dudes would wear their pants down low past their ass, sagging, to show that they were about that life. They were homosexuals. They will give you their ass. That's where it originated from. That's what they do it. So all you dudes out here that walk with your pants down and hanging, you got your whole ass hanging, and you know you can't even walk. You got to spread your legs from one side of the street to the other just to hold your pants up. You got your ass out. That's just showing the next dude that what? You ain't cool. So I just want to add this in. I let the video end. I'm not going to watch the whole video. These guys can go check it up. The name is Nobody. That's the channel. He's only got one video up. It's called White Bloods and Crips. But you people, you guys, like I was saying, that way your pants sagging, that originated in prison to show the other inmates that you would give your ass up, right? That they can have sex with you. That's where it originated. So all you dudes out here wear your pants down and you gotta spread your legs from one side of the street to the other so you can walk. That don't look cool. That don't look tough. That looks gay. That's showing every man, come out here and check out my ass. Women, they ain't gonna check out your ass. They think that's stupid looking. You know, it's all you people, all you, I guess, gangsters or gang members that do it. It's crazy. Pull your pants up. Be presentable. You don't gotta wear your pants down to your knees to look tough, to look stylish. That just looks stupid. Got your ass all hanging out, with your ass crack all sweaty, and you got this big line down your underpants. Yeah, I mean, nasty, nasty. People look at you like, yeah, nasty. And you say, oh, it's because I'm black, so they just stereotype me. And nah, pull your pants up. With that said, yo, like and subscribe to the video. It's your boy Big Will. Life after prison. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.